Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Dan the Plastic Man here. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, time for yet another Snapshot review. And this one is basically in honor of the Master Grade Hyakushiki getting ready to be released. Well, the 2.0, I should say. And, as you can tell by the title, it is the Master Grade Rick Diaz. This is the black version. There are two versions, obviously the black and the red. But I got this one just because I actually like the color scheme more. That's just my taste. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is the standard good guy grunt suit for just about all of Zeta Gundam until the Nemo shows up. But this is a mid-2000s Master Grade, so we've got a decent internal frame. Not as intricate as, say, the Double X that I just reviewed, but it's also got its own charms and its own interesting quirks. So we'll get right into the review. Let me adjust my camera up a little bit. First and foremost, the shoulder will go all the way around if you angle the arm to miss that back binder. The arm will rotate 360 degrees below the shoulder. The elbow will give you 90 degrees, and that's just because of the way of the frame. The wrist will rotate and wiggle around. Now the hands are pre-2.0, but you may as well call them 2.0 because they're individually articulated, as you can see here. And you can have a lot of fun with this, including the crass universal salute. But one thing that's really interesting about the Rick Diaz is if you tuck in all the fingers here and then just pull the first finger down, there is a little speck right here, and that's actually was used by Char, aka Quattro, to shoot, I think they call it bird lime or something. It's basically a pretty powerful adhesive that plugs up holes in colonies or pins unsuspecting workers to a wall. Now, the chest has a little bit of movement. It is a ball joint, so we've got some really good side to side. Can do some pretty good ab crunching, but we're not going to be able to turn around. The head actually is very limited. It can only go that far. It cannot, I was about to say it cannot tip up and down, but I'm getting ahead of myself. And it can tip up and down like that. We're going to go ahead and take a look at one of the really cool gimmicks of this suit, in that we can pull the head off, and right inside is the cockpit. This is one of the few suits I know of that actually has a cockpit in the head, from the Universal Century at least. And then right inside, let me see, do I have my LED light down here? I do not, but you can see the figure actually sitting in there pretty well. So that's it for the head. The front skirts will come forward this far. The side skirts will come out this far. The back skirt will not move at all because it is a solid piece, and I keep contradicting myself. It will move very slightly. I apologize, guys. The legs will come forward this far. The knee will give you let's call that a 120 bend. You cannot go that far back, and you can't get much hip side to side movement because it's the old school ball and socket hip joints. The feet are, well, the ankles are decent, as you can see them moving around here inside. The feet have a pretty good range of motion, if I'm honest, for being a solid piece with two pieces of armor on the outside. Now, more about the actual suit itself. For those of you who think this looks a lot like a Dom, so do I. I'd basically just call it a highly upgraded Rick Dom, and that's kind of the draw to the look for me, because there's a couple Doms out there that just really look good in my mind. Let's come back to the backpack, where we have the two thruster binders, and we also have all of the weapons of this guy. We have both beam pistols, which actually can pivot a little bit. There's actually a bar right here that they rest on, and the ammo clips, as you can see, have ridges in them. So there were times the pilots would actually be being pursued by, say, a Hyzak or something. They would tip the guns down and fire backwards. And then we've got the typical Zeta Gundam era clay bazooka. Let me get this off here. Now, what I like about this bazooka is its design, its shape, and for the kit itself, you've got a removable ammo clip. There's a few times I've actually had this guy posed where he's just holding the bazooka. It's kind of hard to get him to hold it, because if you look inside the hand here, you see these 2 pegs. Well, take a look at the handle. There's 2 pegs on each side, and getting him to hold this is not... Sometimes I think I ought to just be quiet, because whenever it fights me on my own, well, now it's doing what I'm used to it doing, where it just will not really hold it that well, but I was able to get it where the hand would hold the bazooka, just like this. Come on, stay in there. Close the fingers around it tightly. And then I had the ammo pack held in this hand, so it could look like he's trying to slap another one in, where you just kind of be like, say you're hiding up against a wall trying to slap another ammo pack in, but I am rabbit trailing here. So, back to the accessories. Like I said, we have the bazooka, we have the pistols. The beam saber is held right here and can pop out fairly easily. No pegs on it at all, it just literally slides right into the hand. Now, this is not the blade that it comes with, but let's see if it fits. And it actually does not. I would need to get the blade itself. But I like the fact that every single accessory for this guy can actually be on the suit itself. And there's one more final trick, one more final surprise. This was one of the first grunt suits I know of that actually had Vulcans hidden in the head. And these are, according to the manual, they're like 55mm phalanx Vulcans. But yeah, I loved building this thing, guys, and you know, it's not that expensive a master grade, and it's not that old of a master grade that I'm not going to say don't get it, because I love this thing. This is by far and above one of my favorite mid-universal century grunt suits. So let me put this back in here. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, leave me a like, subscribe to me, leave me some comments. I love reading them. And let's keep this channel and community growing, guys, because we're really, really close to our 2nd milestone, and I will be doing yet another giveaway at that time. So let's get it done, guys. I love doing this for you guys, so let's just keep the thing growing, okay? And here's how it holds its pistol. Not the best, but better than nothing. So, yeah, guys. Until then, let me see if I can do this right. This is going to be highly cheesy if I can pull it off. But until then, peace out.